All right, what is going on, guys? It is time. That is enough rest. That's it, racers. Time to get back to work. It is the stage after the rest day, stage number 7 of the 2024 Dakar Rally. Getting ready to get going. This is your stage preview. We're going to be talking a little bit about it. Let's get right into it. Turn down the party. How's everybody doing? Are we doing good? We did a little bit of remodeling. Dad helped with it. Yeah. Making it look a little better. Eventually we'll get the lighting right, but for right now, it'll work. All right, let's do this. Stage preview, stage number 7. Ooh, it's going to be a long day. Liaison, 242 miles for these guys running all the way around. Looks like a fairly, no, not really. It's front loaded. 255 kilometers to lead off. And then move the microphone up here a little bit. All right, 255 kilometers for the first liaison of the day. And then they are going to take the DSS. They will be fueling up there and then working their way around through check 1. And then down at 173, they will have a neutralization. So neutralization, remember, is a pause on the race clock. They're going to fuel up, get their stuff done, ready to go, and then they are on to the next. So from there, 173 neutralization, getting that fuel, then they're going to make it all the way around to 373 for another neutralization and fuel. So stretching the legs on the fuel mileage, 299 miles, race miles total of special stage today. And then they finish it on up. Once after that neutralization at 373, they go all the way back around to home. The arrive special stage is after check 2, ASS, 483 kilometers. And then they've got a shorter 136 kilometer run back to the bivouac in Aduadimi. I believe I might have pronounced that right. It's a very interesting day. A lot of mileages, a couple of fuel stops during the stage. So it should be pretty interesting. If you guys heard stage 6 had a body count, man. That was brutal. Took out a few people, namely, of course, American, and unfortunately, Skylar Howes having to retire due to mechanical, and then also Mason Klein, and then there's a few others in there. And very interesting, I just read an official release of one of the UTV teams that was disqualified by the FIA for running an unapproved clutch in the vehicle. And then it goes back and forth. There's, well, this article references this article references that, and the FIA goes, nah. Done. So very sad to see halfway through the Dakar to be caught out on something that could have been prevented. But, it's interpretation of the rules. There's teams that literally have people that's literally what they have to do. If you heard the earlier NAR files with Hide talking about being the chief mechanic, being the main guy there, he's the one that has to, run with the FIM and make everything happen and coordinate with them. And so you have to be on your game for that kind of stuff because you have to know the rule book just like they have to know the rule book. You want to make sure that you're 100%. When it's a known recipe, it's not that big a deal, but you never know. So anyway, that is the stage for today. It is going to be a long one for these guys. Luckily, the service route is only 319 kilometers. So you're looking at about roughly 180 miles that these guys got to go from Riyadh to Aduadimi. So it's not too bad. Not too bad. So let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at the starting order for this one. So we know, of course, it's the starting order from the finishing order after the 48-hour chrono stage. And you've got none other than Adrian Van Beveren going to be leading the group out. He leaves at the start line, leaving at 7:40 in the morning. So that is going to put it at 8:40 p.m. here Pacific Coast time. So 8:40 p.m. Pacific Coast time is going to be the first bike off the line at the DSS. So not leaving the bivouac, but rather the first one to start the time section of it. So Adrian Van Beveren on the Monster Energy Honda going to be leading the group out. Toby Price in the Red Bull KTM Factory Racing bike. He's going to be the number 2 bike, followed by Ricky Brabeck in the number 3 spot. Ricky Brabeck, currently your 2024 Dakar Rally leader. Just saying, 2020, All right, and then Daniel Sanders in the number 4 spot, Red Bull Gas Factory Racing, and then Ross Branch in the number 5 spot, Hero Motorsports Team Rally, and then Luciano Benavides in the number 6 spot, Husqvarna Factory Racing. Then it is brother Kevin Benavides in the number 7 spot, Red Bull KTM Factory Racing, Stefan Svitko in the number 8 spot, Slonov Rally Team, and then Nacho Cornejo in the number 9 spot, Monster Energy Honda Team. In the number 10 spot, Gene Lepon, Deuced Rally Team, and then Lucci in the 11th spot, BAS World KTM Racing Team. Harriet Noah, awesome ride by Noah. Harriet, very, very good. He's definitely serious about his training. He's on a Sherco. It has been definitely a growing experience with him, but I mean, it sounds like the bike is doing together. I mean, look, we're top 15. So very, very well done there, Harriet. Bradley Cox in the number 13 spot, BAS World KTM Racing Team. And then the reason we didn't stop at number 10, Jacob Argybright aboard the Deuced Rally Team Honda. I believe that's an SP Honda. That's a very interesting bike. There's some story behind it. We haven't really found out yet. I kind of have an idea what it is, but very interesting that he's on a Honda and testing this out. And there is some factory involvement with said Honda that's being built. So let's see how this shakes down. But very awesome ride being put on by Jacob. 14th up to 14th in the overall rankings. So that's really good. You know, that was a finishing order for that. So very well done on a top 15 in the stage. We're going to take a look at it because we've got a lot coming up. As you guys can see, these guys are going to have a very long day tomorrow ahead of them. For us, well, a little bit later. I mean, right now it is technically 4:57 in the morning in Riyadh. So that's where these guys are housed at the moment. Let's see if we could take a look and see what time they're expecting these guys to wake up and leave. 4:10. So that means at the bivouac, they would have left at 5:10 p.m. our time, which is about 47 minutes ago. So the first bike is already headed to the start line as we're recording this. Roadbook control begins at 7:20 or 8:20 p.m. 8:35 p.m. Pacific Coast time is the control section of it. So remember, that's final checks, airbag, helmet, make sure everything is good to go. And then you depart for the special stage at 8:40 p.m. Pacific Standard Time or 7:40 p.m. Saudi time. So that is what is happening. That is today's stage. Very, very interesting. Ricky Brabeck leading the way. You've got Ross Branch, I believe, 51 seconds back. I mean, like literally right there. So very, very, very interesting to see how things are going here. Let me look at the general standings through. No, we want to look at it through here. Yeah, Ricky Brabeck leading, and then you have Ross Branch 51 seconds back. Adrian Van Beveren in the number 3 spot, 9 minutes back, 9:21 to be exact. Nacho Cornejo in the number 4 spot, 14:14 back. Toby Price in the number 5 spot. He is going to be 27 minutes back. Kevin Benavides, there's a race, 28:33 back. So he's 1 minute and 33 seconds off of Nacho. Then you have, Benavides off of Price. Benavides, and then you have Daniel Sanders in the number 7 spot. He's going to be 35:50 back. And then Luciano Benavides in the number 8 spot, going to be 47 minutes back. So compared to other years, this is interesting. We're seeing a lot bigger gaps. We're seeing a lot more spread out. Obviously, I mean, the front isn't as contested yet. We still got a whole nother week of racing. But remember, last year, the number 1 plate for Luciano was won by a 5-second gap going into the last stage. So anything could happen. Last year's stage was obviously a mud fest. Started back, inverted starting order. A lot going on for that stage in just a short amount of time. It even came down to line choices and not getting stuck in the mud in some of these places that were pretty gnarly. So we'll see how it shakes down. We still got a few more stages to cover before we get to the finish line and before we figure out who the 2024 Dakar Rally winner is. So with that being said, guys, that is enough for tonight. Let's get you guys going on this one. We'll get it up to the YouTube. I am still working on a couple videos. I'll be doing a NAR files right after this, and look for that a little bit later tonight. And then we'll be working on a couple other videos for you guys as well. So stay tuned. Hope everything is well, and we'll see you guys tomorrow morning.